Hi everybody, welcome back. It's a new day, it's a new idea. I've got a new idea to try out. I want to do a sunset. I've done lots of sunsets. I'm going to do it as a swipe, but I'm going to do it curved. So if you imagine the round sun and then the colours of the sunset spreading around the round sun. So normally a sunset I would just do straight along a straight horizon. So this is going to be totally different. I've mixed all my paints with floetrol and water. Slightly thicker recipe to normal, less water in this. I'm going to use some Australian floetrol as cell activator just to see what happens. So the colours that I'm using, I've got some Amsterdam colours. I've got carmine. I've got, what one's this? Phthalo blue, excuse me, King's blue, Royal and Langnickel violet, dark cobalt violet, so a purpley colour, cadmium yellow, De La Rowney velvet purple, and then cadmium red deep hue, Pebeo Studio Acrylics iridescent violet blue and iridescent orange yellow, and then Montmartre white and Montmartre gold. So all mixed up here. So a slightly different recipe to normal. So in each pot it's 2 parts floetrol to 1 part paint to 1/4 of a part water. So it's similar to my Dutch pour or my Dutch pour recipe, but a lot less water. So you can see that they're thicker. It runs off the stick nicely, but it leaves a little mound. Maybe this one, you can see it easier. Yeah, there you go. So it just leaves a little mound. So it's got a sense of some thickness to it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to swipe over the top. I want the colour to hold itself. I don't want it to become too loose and too runny and distort as it dries. This canvas is a 30 by 42 centimetres. I've hammered in push pins into the back and I've checked that it's level. Needs to be level, otherwise the paint will slide as it's drying. You can see I've got some circular lines on here. So if you can imagine, this is the sun here, the round sun, and then so this is going to be yellow and white, so really bright colours. And then as the lines radiate from the sun, they're going to be going through the rainbow, through the reds, pinks, purples, and then on into the blues. So it's a very abstract. It's basically a rainbow but without the green. And so my idea is to swipe around like this to get a curved swipe. So I'm going to start with the white. I think what I intend to do is drizzle it on. I don't want too much on here because I'm not going to be tilting this. I'll be swiping off some paint but not tilting it. So I want it, I don't want it too thick, but I want the canvas covered. So I think I'm going to just drizzle some colour on, and then I will probably dab it with my finger to get it to all get all the canvas covered. So I'm basically doing this with getting the minimum amount of paint on that I can. Right, so most of my canvas is covered now. So now I'm just going to dab all of the bare bits of canvas just so that the canvas is totally covered. Everything is covered in paint. So at this point, the colours are going to merge. They're going to blend together. It doesn't matter in the slightest because I'm going to be swiping this. So if anything, I'm just helping the colours to start mixing a little bit and to blend. Right, I'm going to start my swiping. I'm just putting a little bit of cell activator down on my worktop here. I'm going to start with the actual sun. Now this is going to be the most difficult bit to swipe because I want to put the swiper down and pivot it around a corner. So I'm going to get that one done first because I think that will be the most difficult. I'm just moving all my pots because I could see even by doing that then I'm going to knock over anything that's around because of the angle I've got to twist. So I'm just putting a little bit of the cell activator on the end of my swiper. And my swiper is just a piece of plastic. In fact, and I don't want too much on this one. Right, the centre of the sun, I think, is there. So I'm getting this corner in the very centre. Just letting it contact. Right, how has that worked? It's not perfect, but actually it's not too bad. Okay, let's now go for the next one. Slight overlap. Right, so what's happening is what I thought would happen is I've got some amazing cells at the beginning of the swipe and then the cells just unlacing just disappears. So what I'm going to be doing is doing several swipes on each layer just to get that lacing effect in more places. Don't know why, but my hand is really shaky. It's not normally. I did do boot camp this morning, 6:30 in the morning. Maybe it's that, maybe my muscles are a bit tired. Now I'm just working out whether to stick with the smaller swiper or to go for bigger now. In fact, you know what, I'm going to do a 3/4 size width, and then towards the middle I will then go to a full width of this. So this is going to be just slightly wider. So you can see most amazing lacing, but then it just fades a bit. So I just want more cell activator. And where I'm introducing the swipe at the beginning of each swipe, I'm going to get that staggered all the way. So I think it would look quite effective. Wow, now I've got some of these darker colours coming through. Wow, look at that lacing. Right, I think I'm going to do one more circle, one more swipe with this swiper. Then I'm going to swap to the larger one. Right, I said my hand was shaky. I think it was just because it was so small. That was much easier because I was able to go faster and it's less precise. So I think it was just that bit there that was really difficult. I am unbelievably happy with this. I absolutely love it. It has worked so much better than I was anticipating. I think in hindsight, or in reality, I would have liked a single swipe over each, so you haven't got these little lines, but I just don't know how to achieve that. I know some people do. I know Molly from Molly's Artistry does. She swipes and the swipe just goes on forever. I just can't do that. Never been able to do that. So having the little lines staggered though, I just think works really, really well. The blend of these colours, I absolutely love. The lacing, I can't wait to show you. The lacing is amazing. The only issue I have now are the edges, what to do with the edges. I might do nothing and then just paint them a solid colour afterwards. I think that might be what I do because I've just got lots of drips. Having said that, I've got lots of paint left, so I could just do some little dabs of the colour that matches. I think I'll do that, and then if I don't like it when it's dry, I can then just paint it. Just look at the colours, just how warm and vibrant does it look. It's just, to me, these colours are just amazing. The brightness, how vivid they are, it just draws you in. I am so happy with this. Let me show you these amazing details. So the lacing is created by the Australian floetrol. The Australian floetrol sort of separates as you pull it across the other paints and creates these amazing effects. So everything is blended. The colour is a real graduation of colour. So you can see there where that's the end of the swipe, and that's the beginning of a new swipe. So you can see the difference. So it starts out with larger lacing and then it just fades. So that's why I had to reintroduce lots of extra swipes. But I actually think that just adds another element to it. It's so pretty. I like it more when there's more contrast. So I think these dark is probably my favourite. Actually, or this, I really like this sort of red and pink. When you get to the lighter colours, you've still got the lacing there, but there's just less contrast. So, yeah, you've got some orange there. It's quite pretty with the orange shining through. The edges, I'm glad I have just... Let me focus, sorry. I've just dabbed the edges. It's not perfect by any means. That's not the best edge to show you. This probably is. This is better. It's not perfect, but the colour, it just shows how the colour just sort of falls over the edge. So I might keep that. I'll let it dry and see. If I don't like it, I will just paint it a solid colour. But wow, I am so excited. I think I'm just going to do another one of these. So it's now dry. I am so happy with it. One question though, which way do I put it? Because this is the way I was intending it, to have the sun at the top. But if I just turn it round, you could also have it like this. And in fact, even like this, you could hang it any way you wanted to. I'll put it back the way I intended, just to while I show you. So the colours, the warmth of this, I am so happy with. The sun is so bright and that white really gives that sense of heat. I'm so pleased I managed to get that little swipe in there. So you've got the really pretty lacing. And then I'm just so happy with the way the colours just blend outwards. I want to try this again and work on my swipe technique because I want to try and get that swipe to be continuous across the whole canvas. And I've got a few ideas on how to do that. I just love the blend. It's an actual rainbow, but without the green. And I think the colours just blends beautifully. The lacing is just stunning. That cell activator is it's magical. It just creates the most amazing effects. I haven't painted the edges. I'm going to leave the edges. They're very natural. I'm happy with them. I quite like the way that the colour, just goes around the edges. I think it would be a shame to paint that a solid colour. So over the moon, love this technique, really happy with it. So thank you so much for watching. If you like it, do please hit the thumbs up button. As always, just leave me any comments, any thoughts you want to. Great, take care everyone. Bye.